When does a blacksmith have too many hammers? Never. We never have enough hammers. You heard me right, we're making another hammer. We're gonna cut the handle off this guy and reshape this. I have two 1-pound ball peens. They're pretty much identical. They're from the same manufacturer, same angle on the peens, same angle on the face, meaning that they're gonna do the same exact thing when I use them. What I don't have is a straight peen cross peen combo 1-pound hammer. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna cut the handle off of this guy, knock the wedge out, reuse the wedge like we did in the last video, reuse the handle like we did in the last video. Because in reality, that's only going to shorten the handle by about here is where the head's going to be. Here. That's where this head's going to move to here. Just cut that off, take that out, reshape this, put that back there. Because like I said, I already have one that's exactly the same as this one. So I don't need to have two with the exact same angles, the exact same faces, all that stuff. All that really does is clog up the shop. But if I make a straight peen cross peen combo that's a 1-pounder, that's a new tool for my shop that I already have in the shop, let's say. And this is the same thing that I've done for pretty much every hammer, except for the ones that I made out of the sledgehammer handles. And I know there are going to be some of you guys out there saying, why aren't you just buying a new handle? That handle's going to break. It's not reusable. Yes, it is. Every handle's reusable until it snaps in half. I might get a couple months out of this handle before I have to go buy a new one. Because when I burn it and oil it, after I clean all the varnish off, each one of these handles is in a lot better shape than you would think. Some of them have slight cracks that happen down near the bottom here, but that doesn't affect me. But we're gonna do this the same way we did all our other hammers. We're just gonna go ahead and cut it off with the handsaw. We got a nice solid handle. So now we're just gonna go over to the hardy hole and punch this plug out the other side. And there's two ways to go about knocking out the plug. If this doesn't come out easily, what we'll do is just go throw it in the forge, heat it up, and then we can pop it out as a lump of charcoal. And just like that, we've got it punched out. You can see that wedge is still in just fine shape. It's not gonna be a problem. So we can reuse the same wedge, same handle that this was on. So we don't actually have to buy anything in order to make this into a decent forging hammer. We can throw it in the fire, soften the steel back up, because right now it's in a hardened state, so we'll soften it back up. And then we'll go ahead and forge this into a straight peen cross peen combo kind of hammer. So this side is going to be the straight peen and this will be our cross peen. Blacksmith forge and you've seen this stuff fall off our material while we're forging and you're wondering what this stuff is, this is called forge scale. This is essentially oxygen and carbon burning off on the surface of the material. This is mostly oxygen. That's right. This is burnt air, essentially. My, do we burn a lot of this stuff. Our little 2-pounder so we can get some more light work done just to So we've got our handle fitted up and the varnish scraped off and reshaped a little bit so it's more comfortable to use. Now we're just gonna go ahead and use our angle grinder, polish up the faces, grab the wire wheel on the drill and clean up the metal, and then go over, polish the faces, burn and oil the handle. Then this hammer will be all finished up as well. The hammer's all finished up. Nice straight peen, nice cross peen. This is a broader cross peen and a thinner straight peen, and my thought behind this is the way that I make sockets, I've needed something of a thicker cross peen and a lightweight, and a thinner straight peen for stretching those sockets in the directions I want them stretched, manipulating the material a little bit more delicately for more delicate work, as well as simply just having this around for utilitarian purposes. Sometimes you need a lightweight spreading hammer when you're working thin leafing material, things like that, and this will be that kind of a hammer for me. And the whole idea behind this hammer for me is a socket making hammer for spears, arrowheads, things of that nature, shovels, whatever needs a socket. A lot of tools take sockets to accept their handle instead of tangs. This is going to be something I use a lot when I'm making socketed either weapons or tools or whatever. I've needed a spreading hammer for thin material. This is light. It's got a nice, heavy, thinner cross section on this straight peen and this broader, thicker cross section on this cross peen to allow me to stretch the material and work deep with this side and flip it over using the same weight, same hammer, and smooth that up a little bit and continue to stretch it. I can then go over with a flatter, larger hammer at a lighter weight or a heavier hammer and really flatten that up once it's paper thin. This is going to allow me to really control things a little bit better than trying to spread it with, let's say, a 3-pound cross peen or diagonal peen like the other one that I made. The typical setup here, we have the reused handle, we have the reused hammerhead, the reused wedge. Everything is the same parts as what it was before. We've just transformed the head into a more usable shape for my purposes. That does it for today's video. If you guys liked what you're seeing, do me a favor and do that thing right there. Until next time, God bless. Stay sharp out there. If you're looking for a custom sharp object like a knife, sword, polearm, whatever, check out the Etsy store. The link will be at the end of the description.